Hello everyone, welcome to the Daily Morning Podcast. Now let's see how the market have done in the yesterday's trade. Sensex gained 0.35%, settling at 81,741. Nifty has gained 0.38%, settling at 24,951. Nifty Mid Cap 100 gained 0.63% and Small Cap 100 lost 0.36%. Now let's look at the gainers and losers of Nifty 50. The gainers are Maruti, JSW Steel, HDFC Life, Adani Port, ITC and Cipla. While the losers are Britannia, Apollo Hospital, Tata Consumer, Reliance, M&M and Bajaj Finance. Now let's look at the sector-wise performance. BSE Power was the highest gainer at 1.46%, followed by BSE Metal at 1.12%, BSE Healthcare at 0.91%, BSE Auto at 0.46%. The highest loser was BSE Realty at 0.41%, followed by BSE Telecommunication at 0.12% negative. Now let's look at the market breadth. 2121 stocks have advanced while 1833 stocks have declined. Now let's look at the 52-week high and low. 206 stocks have scaled 52-week high like Apar Industries, CDSL, Gabriel India, Granules, Inox India, India Gaigols and Skipper, while 20 stocks are trading at 52-week low. Now let's look at the fund flow data. FII were the net seller to the tune of 3,462, while DII were the net buyers to the tune of 3,366 crore. Now let's look at the result calendar today. Today we have result of Aditya Birla Capital, Adani Enterprise, Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, AkzoNobel India, Alkyne Mines, Aptus Value Housing, Arvind Fashion, Clean Science and Technology, KSB, Max Healthcare, NIIT Learning, Repco Home Finance, Ratan India Power, Thermax, Tube Investment, Triveni Engineering and Zomato. Now let's look at the global cues. The global cues look supportive as US Fed kept its benchmark interest rate unchanged at 5.25% to 5.5%, indicated a possible rate cut in September 24. Strong result from Meta has helped the Nasdaq gaining 2.5%. The Asian market are largely trading in green, hence we expect a positive start for our market today. Now let's look at the key result. Coal India revenue was up 1.3% to 36,464. EBITDA was up 6% to 14,338. EBITDA margin stood at 39.32%. Net profit was up 6% to 1,147 crore. It has reported a strong set of results, positive for Coal India. Bank of Baroda NI was up 5% to 11,600 crore. Net profit was up 10% to 4,458 crore. GNPA stood at 2.88% and NNPA stood at 0.69%. It has reported decent set of number, positive for Bank of Baroda. GETND India revenue was up 33%, EBITDA was up 259%, EBITDA margin stood at 19%, net profit was up 376% to 134 crore. It has reported very strong set of result, positive for GETND India. Tata Steel's revenue was down 8% to 54,771 crore. EBITDA was up 29% to 6,694 crore. EBITDA margin stood at 12%. Net profit was up 75% to 919 crore. It has reported a neutral set of numbers. Ugro Capital total income was up 38%. Net profit was up 20% to 30 crore. It has reported decent set of number, positive for Ugro Capital. Precall revenue was up 16% to 603 crores. EBITDA was up 28% to 64 crore. Margin has expanded by 10.5%. Net profit was up 43% to 46 crore. It has reported decent set of numbers, positive for Precall. Relaxo Footwear revenue was up 1% to 748 crore. EBITDA was down 8%. Margin contracted to 13.2%. Net profit was down by 21% to 44 crores. It has reported negative set of numbers. Sonata Software revenue was up 15% to 2,527 crore. EBITDA was up 22%. Margin stood at 7%. Net profit was up 4%. It has reported neutral set of numbers. JK Lakshmi Cement revenue was down 10%. EBITDA was up 13%. Margin stood at 14.2%. Net profit was down 15%. It has reported neutral set of numbers. Prestige Estates revenue was up 11%. EBITDA was up 51%. Margin stood at 42.8%. Net profit was down 3.4%. It has reported a negative set of numbers. Redington revenue was up by 0.4%. EBITDA was down by 11.5%. Margin stood at 1.7%. Net profit was down 15%. It has reported a negative set of numbers. Phoenix Mill, revenue was up 12% to 904 crore, EBITDA was up 8% to 531 crore, margin was stood at 58.7%, net profit was up 8%. It has reported a decent set of numbers, neutral to positive for Phoenix Mill. Aster DM, revenue was up 19%, EBITDA was up 34%, margin stood at 16.3%, net profit was up to 5,152 crore versus 20 crore on a YY basis due to disposal of business operation at rupees 5,148 crore. It has reported a positive trend of numbers. Now let's look at the stock-wise development. Infosys, the company is under GST intelligence scanner for alleged evasion of rupees 32,000 crore. Responding to the allegation, the company said it paid all its GST dues and it's fully compliant in the central and state regulation on this matter. It is negative for the stock. Tata Steel, the company will set aside 17,347 crore as a contingent liability in the financial statement following a recent Supreme Court judgment that upheld the state government power to levy cess on minerals. Besides, the steelmaker consolidated net profit rose by 75% in the June quarter but missed analyst estimate as exceptional item weight. This remained negative for the stock. IT stocks will remain on focus at the back of FOMC meeting, positive for the IT stocks. Wipro, the company has secured a multi-year contract with global automotive supplier Mahle to upgrade its IT infrastructure with hybrid cloud solution. This remained positive for the company. Shriram Finance, the company executed a master agreement for loan co-lending to MSME borrowers under the co-lending scheme with the central bank. This remained positive for the company. Sansera Engineering, the company signed a MOU with Karnataka Udyog Mitra for the acquisition of 55 acres of industrial land in Bengaluru. This remained positive for the company. Barbecue Nation Hospitality, the company has an additional 4.14 stake in Red Apple Kitchen. This remained positive for the company. Vedanta, the company received approval from BSE and National Stock Exchange of India to split into 6 independent listed companies. This remained neutral for the company. Bharat Forge, subsidiary Kalyani Strategic System has received a defense license for the manufacturing of various defense products at its Jejuri unit in Maharashtra. This allows the company to participate in potential future defense program. This remained positive for the company. JK Lakshmi Cement, the board has approved composition of scheme of amalgamation and arrangement amongst the company. Udaipur Cement Works and Hajdeep Industries and Trading Company, High Drive Developers and Industries. This remained neutral for the company. Now let's look at the IPO offering. Segal India, the company will offer its shares for bidding on Thursday. The price band is set to be 380 to 401 per share. The IPO is of 1252 crore, a combination of fresh issue and the rest of the offer for sale. The company has raised 375 from anchor investors. Now let's look at the bulk deals. SIS Capital Group affiliates sold for 62.26 lakh shares at 415, while 361 Mutual Fund One Focus bought 29.84 lakh shares. Abu Dhabi Investment Authority Stable bought 21.95 lakh shares and 415 per share. Protein eGov Technology Citicorp Finance sold 6.6 lakh shares at 1832.32 per share. Graphite India Quant Mutual Fund sold 14.56 lakh shares at 520 per share. Tanla Platform Ponguleti Harsha Reddy sold 7.74 lakh shares at 990 per share. Now let's look at the corporate action. Today is the ex-date dividend for Greaves Cotton, Kirloskar Oil Engines, Hero Motorcorp, Karur Vysya Bank, MSB, ESAB India, Tasty Bite Eatables, Oberoi Realty, Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC. That's it for today. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.